Simple things like opening pickle jars, carrying groceries, or turning doorknobs are made more or less difficult by this one thing. It actually gets weaker and weaker as we get older, and it starts to affect our day-to-day activities that years ago would never have been a challenge to start with. Knowing your grip strength is important, and as we hit the age of about 50 and older, it becomes even more important. Knowing it can help predict physical disability in your golden years and evaluate your general health. So looking specifically at runners over 50, grip strength is a powerful predictor of mortality, and who wouldn't want that? So in this video, we're going to discover what a good grip strength is for an over 50 runner. We'll also dig into how to measure it, why it's important and what it means, and most importantly, we'll look at how you can improve your grip strength. Well, I've got Lindsay here with me today, and before we look at what a good grip strength is, Lindsay, why is grip strength so important?
Brad, before we look at why grip strength is important, let's actually look at what grip strength is, okay? Grip strength is very easily measured. We use a hand dynamometer, which is literally a device that you squeeze as hard as you can, and we do that in left and right hand, so we've got a score for both hands, and it gives us a measurement in kilograms. So it's an absolute value of like 45 kilograms that they measure on how hard you can physically squeeze that hand dynamometer. Grip strength is a great indicator of overall strength. Strength is an important indicator of mortality, and grip strength is a really good predictor of future outcomes. Mortality is probably the most widely studied outcome, with studies dating back as far back as the 1980s. Wu et al., in a summary of 12 studies, showed that a 5 kg decrease in grip strength was strongly associated with an increased risk in cardiovascular disease. Perhaps most telling regarding the relationship between grip strength and cardiovascular mortality are the findings by Leong et al. They determined that grip strength is a more powerful indicator of cardiovascular mortality than systolic blood pressure. They also found grip strength to be associated with all-cause mortality, myocardial infarction, and stroke. This is due to the higher association with falls once we lose a certain amount of strength. And there is a strong decline in quality of life as we lose strength. You've got to ask yourself this question. Do you want to be walking into your grandkids' 21st celebration, or do you want to be pushed in a wheelchair?
Okay, Lindsay, that's great. Before we look at how my grip strength stacks up against other people my age, let's talk about how do you improve your grip strength?
Yeah, that's another cool question, Brad. And I think what's important to emphasize again is that grip strength is a good overall indicator of strength. And that's key because we can improve grip strength by using things like stress balls, or in the 1980s where guys were walking around squeezing those big springs. Now that's going to fix your grip strength, but it's not going to take care of the underlying issue. And so to improve grip strength, we actually want to improve overall strength. So you want to get a good routine that works on overall strength, and that includes upper body and lower body, so that you can get nice and strong. And then to make sure that we are increasing strength and grip strength, you can use things like dumbbells and carrying things around, and that will improve strength as well as grip strength. And so, as the saying goes, when we are younger, we need to do cardiovascular exercise to maintain our heart health. But as we get older, we need to be doing the strength training so that we can do the cardiovascular exercise to look after our heart health.
All right, great. So now that we've covered all of that, Lindsay, how do we know what's good compared to other runners?
Brad, men aged 20 to 29 typically have the strongest grip strength, and women who are 75 years old typically have the lowest grip strength. In people 20 to 29 years of age, men have an average value of 46 kgs and women 29 kilograms. As people age, when we get to around 60, this decreases to 39 kilograms and 23.5 kilograms in people by the time they reach the age of 60 to 65 years old.
Okay, that's cool, Lindsay. Are there any implications, though, that we should be aware of?
Yeah, Brad, there's loads of implications we should be aware of, and I'm actually going to start off with a personal example. Roughly a year ago, I was in my garage trying to get a box down off of a shelf. A box that I'd put up and taken down there numerous times in the past, and it was a really scary experience how I almost got crushed underneath this box, and I literally didn't have the strength to hold it up, and I had to let it come crashing down on the floor. So I really got stuck into strength training and worked super hard over the last year. And just this weekend past, I was on a hike with a group of friends, and one of the hikers got into a spot of bother, and I ended up having to carry 2 backpacks that are over 25 kilos each, one on my back and one on the front, that I just know a year ago I would have had no chance of being able to do. And that just tells you how reversible strength training is. As you get older, we start to lose strength at a faster rate. And if you don't do something about it, that is when your risk of falling is going to go up. That is when your quality of life is going to start going down. But the great news is, and that is the implication here, is that if you work hard at it, if you do strength, you can really improve your strength a lot in the short term. And yes, as you get older, there is still going to be the steady decline in strength as you go. But if you work really hard, if you are consistent and you stay at it, you really slow that process down, and you can hold your strength for so much longer so that you can carry on doing things on your terms all the way into your 90s and beyond.
Okay, so what you're saying is the stronger you are now, the healthier you're going to be in the long run. And the truth is, in order to be a successful runner now and for many years to come, you need to do things way differently than you used to do in the past. And the good news is we're hosting a Faster Beyond 50 masterclass where we'll show you how to improve your endurance, run pain and injury free for many, many years to come. And if you click on the link that's on screen right now, you can save your seat in that.